I'm on one of my Joomla 3 testing sites, and I'm going to create a new quick template in Template Creator CK. So I'm in the Components Template Creator CK interface, and I'm going to select New. If you're new to Template Creator, I'd suggest go ahead and trying a few of these demo templates here to see how the developer has done the things that he's done. It can be very helpful for you. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and start from a blank template. Now, one thing to note is once you get a template that you like, you can also import them and export them, and that's really handy if you do things fairly consistently like I do. Rather than go with any of these layouts, I always just go ahead and start with this one. And you will have to name it. Otherwise, I sort of just go with the defaults here, unless you know specifically, like I said, that maybe you always like to have your template width at 1200, and then save and close. I right away get rid of this. I don't really find it to be useful. And I have just this main content information right here. I always then just go in here and choose a left and right, if nothing else, row. While I'm here, I almost just usually select all these default Joomla positions from years past, just because I find that I have to go in and add them later on. I add the typical left, right width and the content. This is where all your component content and your articles are going to load. If you don't have any left or right modules that load, simply this content will fill up the space. So don't think these are really fixed information. And then I choose Save and Close. Now, the one thing about Template Creator is that you can do all sorts of changes here that don't affect the front end until you're ready. So if you're doing a lot of work and changes, you don't have to worry about someone seeing things that are half done. I'm going to go ahead and right away, I'm going to add a wrapper to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and add an item, and the wrapper's right here at the top. And I almost always name things consistently so that I can easily find them. And I usually name this one top wrapper, like I say. You could import and export your templates, so if you're consistent, that shouldn't be a problem. Now, what I'm going to do here is, since I do like to have some full width data, I'm going to go ahead and go into this. And it's a little bit interesting because although this says page background here, it is really for the wrapper background. And I'm going to choose a color. Now, another thing that will speed up your site creation is by creating a palette. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some random colors here. And so now when I go in here, I'll see my colors. And I'll apply it, and there it is. And now I want to put something in this wrapper. So I'm going to choose to grab a row, because I'm going to have a logo here and a menu over here. Now it has 4 columns, but I only need a 2 column. So I clicked on the 4, and I'm going to change it to 2. With 0 pix gutter. Sometimes you want to have maybe a 2% width here. I'm just going to go ahead to keep things simple. And I'm going to add a single module here, which is going to be my logo. And coincidentally, I always name it logo and put it in a position called logo. Okay. And actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and have my column width here of my logo be 30% and my menu be 70%. So I'm going to go ahead and add my horizontal menu here. And I am not going to create new because I already know that I have a menu named nav. That's what I always call it. and nav. And this whole block here it goes with the default text colors of the page itself. But I know that anything in this top wrapper here, I'm going to want to have the text be different colors. So I'm going to choose the container text, and I'm going to choose white. And I also want all the links to be white as well, just for now. And when they hover, let's have them be a different color. Let's have them be that color. And apply. And you can see as I work through here, even here, I can see the different changes already taking effect. So for right now, this is good enough to see what we have going on. So I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to have to now install the template since this is the first time. If this had been installed already, instead of saying install here, it will say copy, update, or something like that, which you then now will get this creation where you have created it to be on the live site. Back here on the templates area, you see I now have this as a choice. So I'm going to make it the default. This is just my testing site. Let's take a look and see what it looks like on the front end. And here I am. I had my, as you say, I already had this named logo. And I already had a menu in nav because of me being consistent, of course. So right away, applying my new template to this site showed up the changes that I have made.